Saturday Night Live premiered its 39th season during the 2013 Euro 14 television season on NBC. The season officially began on September 28, 2013, with host Tina Fey and musical guest Arcade Fire, and concluded on May 17, 2014, with host Andy Samberg and musical guest St. Vincent. Cast. Prior to the start of the season, a large number of cast changes occurred. Longtime cast members Frederick Almazan, Bill Hader and Jason Sudeikis all departed the show. In addition to them, first-year featured player Tim Robinson left the cast to focus on his new duties in the writing staff, becoming the first performer to join the writing staff after being a cast member without initially being hired as a writer. In their places 6 new featured players were hired, including SNL writer Mike O'Brien, who was upgraded into the cast, as well as new hires Beck Bennett and Carl Mooney of the sketch comedy group Good Neighbor, John Milheiser of the sketch group Serious Lunch, comedian Noel Wells, and stand-up comedian Brooks Wheelan. O'Brien has written for the show since the 2009 Euro 10 season and is the first writer to be upgraded into the cast since Jason Sudeikis in 2005. Mooney and Bennett's fellow Good Neighbor troupe member Dave McCary was also hired to direct Bennett and Mooney's digital shorts. On May 12, 2013, NBC announced that Weekend Update anchor Seth Meyers would be the new host of Late Night in 2014, succeeding Jimmy Fallon, as Fallon will take over as the new host of The Tonight Show. Meyers remained Weekend Update anchor up until his departure from the show on February 1, 2014. Cecily Strong was brought up to co-anchor with Meyers. Colin Jost, a writer for the show, joined the cast on March 1, 2014, as a featured player and as Meyers' successor on Weekend Update. This is the third time a featured player was also a Weekend Update anchor. The first two were Tina Fey and Brian Doyle Murray. Strong was replaced the next year by former writer and Daily Show correspondent Michael Che. During the season, the show came under criticism from critics for not including at least one black female cast member, a topic which was addressed on the November 2, 2013 show hosted by Kerry Washington. As a result, Lorne Michaels announced that the show would be holding auditions for a black female cast member, expected to join the show in January as a new featured player. UCBNY performer Sasheer Zamata was announced as a new featured player on January 6, 2014. She made her first appearance on January 18, 2014. The addition of 8 new cast members is the greatest since the 1995 Euro 96 season, during which 9 cast members were added, making it the largest cast overhaul in 18 years. Along with the other changes that occurred to the cast, Aidy Bryant, Kate McKinnon and Cecily Strong were all promoted to repertory status. This would be the final season for Nazim Pedrad, who announced her departure from the show in June 2014 in order to work on the Lorne Michaels-produced show Mulaney. Additionally, John Milheiser, Noel Wells, and Brooks Wheelan departed from the show after a single season. Also, Mike O'Brien left to return to the writers' room. This would also be the final season for longtime announcer Don Pardo, who died on August 18, 2014, at the age of 96. Bold denotes Weekend Update anchors, writers. For the first half of the season, Seth Meyers, Colin Jost and Rob Klein were co-head writers. After Meyers' departure, Brian Tucker replaced him as a co-head writer. Prior to the start of the season, 3 new writers were hired: Claire Mulaney, younger sister of former writer John Mulaney; Mikey Day, a member of the Groundlings and cast member on MTV's Wild 'N Out; Michael Che, a stand-up comic who had guest-written for 5 episodes in season 38, was hired as a full-time writer. Additionally, Tim Robinson was moved to the writing staff after 1 year as a featured player on the show. In December, Chicago Second City alum Katie Rich joined the writing staff. In January, comedians Lark Hendricks and Leslie Jones were added to the writing staff. Both were part of the December casting call for a black female cast member. This was Seth Meyers' final season as writer. Michael Che initially departed following the season to join The Daily Show as a correspondent, but returned for the start of the next season to co-anchor Weekend Update alongside Jost. This was also the final season for longtime writers Alex Bars, Marika Sawyer and John Solomon, as well as the only season for La Kendra Tooks. Episodes. Specials, references.